brand new day. I think I left you guys off on, I'm gonna try and call Marcella to get some clarification on her Etsy order. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna link the previous vlog somewhere. I don't know, here, there. You know, they change this interface so often that it's linked somewhere, probably in the comments. I asked her if I could vlog the call. She said yes. So let's see if we can get a good conversation going here. I told her, I'm like, look, it's fast. I just have a couple of clarifying questions about your order. I won't keep you on the phone too long. So let's see.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Like, is there a beep or something? It's Danny from Etsy.
Thanks, Danny. Please stay on the line.
Have you guys ever done that? I've never done that.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have never done that before. I feel like I should do it now where I like make people say who they are before I answer.
Yeah, I have it on because I get so many spam calls
Yeah.
and unknown numbers. So
How does it sound on your end?
it just like it starts ringing and it tells me maybe Danny.
Oh, okay. So you don't hear my voice like how I just totally showed
No.
my ass and said something like,
No.
oh, I've never done this before.
No, I think if I don't answer, I don't remember if I get a text message and like a voice memo. I can't remember.
That is so neat. I'm going to start doing that from now on.
Yes. Then you don't have to talk to people you don't want to talk to.
You know, but most people. Well,
You know, yeah.
This could be an email or a text. This could not. I was like, no, I need to call you because I want to make sure it's perfect. I know it's a gift.
I know.
And so I promise to keep it short because I think you work nights, right?
I do. And yeah, I worked last night, but that's okay. I usually am up for a couple hours. I gotta feed the zoo I have. So.
I know. It sounds like you do. So
Yes.
before I forget, can I show the pictures of your pets on the vlog, or is it like top secret or surprise?
No, you can. That's fine. I don't think anybody else follows you.
Okay. Yeah. No, if you're not
So
sure,
that's
I can
okay.
just not say the name, and then they won't. You know, just in case.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
But they are so cute. I was like, oh my God, I've never wanted a cat more in my life.
Oh.
Their little feet.
Yeah, well, we've always been big cat people, and my son has always wanted a dog, so Azúcar is for him, but, I mean, she's done something for all of us.
Oh man, she's like cotton
fantastic.
candy, like
She
with
is.
legs.
She's so sweet. She's just the sweetest baby.
Oh, okay, well, let me just get through. They're just like simple questions. For your first item is for Miss Azúcar. You said you want a Christmas tag.
Yeah.
Were you thinking red and green, like super stereotypical Christmas, or like blue and snowy and snowmen?
Ooh, I like both ideas.
Yeah. Because I'm like, red is super classic, but she has that really
right.
soft, fluffy fur and her eye color. I feel like, you know.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Let's do more wintry because then she can just wear it all winter.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I was going. And I was going to go there, but I'm like, man, she's going to get her package, open it, and be like, where's the gold bow? You know?
No, you know what? Everything I've gotten from you, I've been so happy with. So
Oh, that makes
I
me so
trust
happy.
A few moments later.
The last question, I'm going to ask it just, you know, because I have to, but I have a very hard preference. So I always ask if you guys want it long or short. Now, when it's long, it's, you know, just a straight line all the way down. The charms are on the sides, and then the acrylic is at the bottom. When they're short, it's almost like bunchier, so it looks cuter and it's more compact. So you have the main part of the keychain, and then the acrylic or the resin hangs off on one side, and then you have a little strand just with the charms on the other. And I think the benefit of that, not only to me does it look cuter, but it also, if it starts to get noisy on you and you're like, oh my God, this is driving me nuts, you could just take that part off and just have the photo part.
Okay. I would say whatever looks cuter.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you seem to make decisions a lot like me where I'm like, well, what looks better?
Yeah,
I don't need practicality. I want to see what looks cuter.
You know what? I have my backpack for work, and it's full of pins and little hangy stuffed animals, and everybody always tells me, "Oh my god, how cute!" I was like, "Yeah, look at my Crocs; they're full of Care Bears." I was like, I have grown-up money, and I'm reliving my '80s childhood. So.
Yeah. Healing your inner child, one toy at a time.
Yes. So I'm all about cute and all that stuff. I that's what I gravitate towards.
Well, yeah, girl. Okay, well, awesome. I want it to be perfect. It is
thank you.
A lot of items, so ideally I'd like to get it in the mail by this weekend, but if not, it'll be sometime next week for sure.
Oh, that's fine. No worries.
Okay.
The only thing that, my stuff I'm going to use right away.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else's, they get to wait, so.
Yeah. That's so thoughtful of you. They're so lucky to have you. That's really sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Planning
Thank
ahead.
you.
Okay, well, if you have any other questions or anything about your order, you know how to reach me, and I'm pretty quick at getting back to you. But again,
you are. Yes.
Thanks for taking
I'll send you a picture of Stella's urn through Etsy. Right now, when we hang up, I'll look for the pictures and send them to you.
Okay. All right, beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I hope you get a restful sleep.
Oh, me too.
We'll talk soon, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was nice, wasn't it? I don't know why I'm so shaky today. Like, what's going on? I have you stabilized in a cardboard box, okay? So that kind of, I don't know if that helps you guys in any way, but when it comes to Etsy, like she said, she's like, I know you've mentioned that you like for us to tell you just do whatever. And I do because it's a very selfish, artistic, and like therapeutic outlet. But ultimately, this is your order, So I had one of my favorite orders to this day was a gentleman that reached out, and he's like, I don't know if you get many orders from a guy. And that one to me was like, okay, I'm already melted. This is already wholesome, and I'm doing it, whatever it is. He's like, I'm a gamer, and this is my avatar, and my avatar throws bottles and bricks. And I kind of created like a logo. Is there any way you could put this on something for me? And I'm like, say less. I'm like, this, I have these options. I have a little whiskey bottle that I could put on there. And I think he left a review. And that made me really happy, because sure, I want to create something special, unique, and just for you. But regardless, it's always going to be special, unique, and just for you, because no two pieces look the same. No same shapes, no anything. And typically, if you ask me, hey, do you have a hot dog? Or do you have a taco? Or I usually have something like that. And if not, I can offer an alternative, so no idea, no custom order is too wild. Oftentimes when you want something or you imagine it, if I don't have it tangibly, like in a charm, I could put it on a graphic, print it, and then stick it in the resin as well. So it's really neat. And I know it is August and we're approaching like the holidays where it's really busy, and these things all take a lot of time. So I love that Marcella was planning ahead, because I'm pretty good at cranking out orders. They usually arrive before the promise date, which I love. I'm the type of person that orders something and is like already refreshing, like if it's been shipped. But let me show you kind of what I'm talking about. So just an example. So there's several things you can do, right? So like if you order a badge reel, the badge reel could just have a printed graphic in it with like a glitter base, and it says like amazing, awesome nurse of the whole life or the universe, or whatever you want it to say. It could have a picture of your dog. It could have a picture of you and your husband on your wedding day. It could say whatever you want. So there's so many options. It could be a graphic laced into like a glitter base, or it could be just glitter with a lot of clay charms, like the little tiny flecks of clay. So like these are little like charms or whatever that we put, like Marcella ordered a Halloween badge. And so we have little tiny, so imagine if it was like clay charms, don't look at my face, like clay charms. These are tiny little clay things. Like if you have a kid, if you have a little boy that likes Among Us, I have Pokeballs and Captain America, Batman. I know there's going to be some of you that really like these. And so you put that inside the resin. Oh, my baby. He texts me every morning when the bell's about to ring. Love you. See you soon. Have a good day. I love him. And I go, te amo. Make it a great day. See you soon. So this goes in the resin, and it could be as simple as, like I said, just a graphic and glitter, or it could be just glitter and this kind of stuff inside, like embedded in the resin. Or if you're like, more is more, Dani, give me more, then we do glitter in the resin, or the hard part, the acrylic part, and then we can stick charms like on top, like 3D, like it's 3-dimensional. And I mean, like if you say, hey, do you have a cinema roll with a dragon fruit? I'm like, yes, I do. I also have a cinema roll with butterfly wings. And then I have a cinema roll dressed as a panda, you know? The options are endless, and they're big ones and they're little ones. And this is stuff we could put also on like a decadent. I really need to take it off so that you can see what it looks like. So it doesn't hide behind all those stickers. So that's kind of what it looks like. So do you see it's like a frosting glue, and there's a bunch of little charms, but the main charm is that Pochacco right there. And you could be like, hey, Dani, do you have a Pochacco on his cell phone? And I'm like, actually, let me check, because I have a, hold on. I should have been more prepared. Well, I have a Pochacco on his camera, or I also have a Pochacco in a piece of toast with an egg on it. I have a SpongeBob Pochacco. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I think I might actually have a Pochacco on his cell phone. These are just the Pochaccos I have, and we have Hello Kitty, Keroppi. I think Keroppi is one of the ones I have the least of. I don't know why we don't make enough charms with Keroppi, or like Peckle or Spotty Dotty. Mochichi, remember him? He was cute. Anyway, just the classic OG Sanrio guys. Got a bunch of those. So anyway, I know you guys have heard me talk about Etsy, but I think that there is a like missing, or like a gap. If you place an order and you send me a message, like you're talking to me and we plan it together. If you have questions on can you do this, there are a few things that I have, what's the word? Proactively said I cannot do. One is if you want me to do something with your pet or loved one's ashes, I do not handle that. And there are people specifically that do beautiful works of art with your loved one's ashes. So that's something that I automatically say no to. Or anything that involves, can I send you something and then you add to it, change it, put something on it, put it into something, like that's, no, I'll mess up. You know, like I'll do something wrong, and that's too sacred. I would not do that. But anything that you could really think of, you know, I've done a lot of lanyards for teachers as gifts. I've done a lot of lanyards for kids for going to school. You know how they have to wear a little lanyard. What else? Definitely tons of nurses, pop sockets. Pop sockets with baby or dog photos is one of my best selling. It's like, can I have my baby on my pop socket? I'm like, yes. Can I show your baby? Because she is precious. But yeah, it's kind of like, let's come up with it together. And oftentimes I do have questions, and a lot of questions, and it's too hard for the back and forth, especially too, because there are certain days of the week that I'm able to just sit in here in this little cave and not leave the room until I get stuff done. And that's when I can crank out these orders. And if I don't take advantage of those specific days, then like there's days in between that I can actually work on this stuff. So sometimes it's easier to just say, hey, can I call you? So that we can talk about it, answer all your questions, take some notes, and not wait for the messaging back and forth. And you know, the other thing is with Etsy, some people don't have the app, so they have to communicate via email. So Etsy has this sort of interface where if you don't have the app, and I send you a message, you get an email, and then you respond to that email, and then it comes to my Etsy app. But then if you don't regularly check that email or your email, you might miss it. So anyway, I'll leave all the information for Etsy down below. Today, what were we gonna do today? I don't remember. There was a 9:30 class that I wanted to take. It's like a weightlifting class that I've taken at the YMCA, and it's so fun. I've never been so peer pressure to lift weights and eat protein in my life than I am now in my 40s. And, you know, you guys know I love the stretchy, bendy, elongated muscle workouts like Pilates, reformer Pilates and stuff like that. But if one more person tells me I need to lift heavy, so I tried it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. My kids are trying all kinds of new stuff every day, so I need to do the same. And I signed up and I was like, dang, I didn't know I had muscles back here that could hurt. Like, I have muscles like in here that hurt. I have muscles back here that hurt. Like, usually I'm used to being sore where like my legs and my butt hurt and it's hard to like get up from the toilet. TMI, I know, but you know what I mean. Or just like, you know, your regular muscles, but like weird places of my body hurt with weightlifting. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm sore. I'm not in pain. So I know I didn't break anything, but with my luck, maybe I should get a CT scan. Anyway, that's what we're doing for right now is I'm going to hunker down and, you know, I should probably do this. I also want to film a few videos though of like regular content to have on YouTube because I took that accidental week off when the kids started school and I was like, what is this? What kind of schedule is this? This is weird. So I kind of want to sit down and do that. I did want to film a short video for my YouTube where I talk about the devotionals that I mentioned in the previous vlog, but I want it to be a separate video. That way you see immediately like the title of what it's about. And if that's not something that does anything for you, then you can skip it. You know, I feel like if I put it in a vlog, I hate to use the word disrespectful, but it's not all inclusive. And this is a place where everybody should feel welcome. So I'm going to film a separate video on that, talking about my favorite like faith products that I read every morning. Because the day that I skip is the day that I'm like, damn, what's going on today? Like I'm just off my bearings. Like everything's annoying me. Something's like, I'm just not handling things well. And then I'm like, oh, I know what I forgot. I take like 5-10 minutes. You guys, it's all it takes. And then you're like, okay, my bad. Let me try again, you know? And that's the beauty of this. The beauty of this faith is that you can try again over and over and over and over again. And speaking of, once you start praying more and saying less, you won't have to worry. You won't have a worry in the world. It's called Bible Widget. So good. I thought I had to pay for it, but like, I think it's $30 a year if you pay for like the Ultra Plus legendary version of it. But there's a free version and it still works. You just don't get the pretty backgrounds where you can like repost it on your socials and you can say how many times you want it to refresh. So it notifies me 8 times a day and it's on my watch and on my phone and they're different. So like I'm double dipping. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying something. Was it like you just need 5-10 minutes and it just gets you? Yeah, well, that's what I was saying is like, the beauty about this faith is you get to trip and fall as many times as you want and you get to start all over. You know, that's it. You just have to worry about yourself. You got to worry about being a good person. You got to worry about forgiving and being graceful and having accountability and just, hey, you know what? Thank you for answering my prayers. Thank you for allowing me to live my answered prayers. And also, I know I'm scared, but I trust you. I'm going to trust you despite being scared because it's all worked out. Why should I start doubting now when it all has worked out? You know? I know sometimes it's a lot easier to focus on the yucky stuff. That's something that I work on a lot with my oldest son because, like I said, and you guys know this if you have multiples, is opposites, always opposites. And I think with his style of thinking, he tends to be a glass half empty kind of person. And so we got into this habit of when I would pick him up and say, hey, how was your day? He would list every single thing that happened to him that was bad to him. At first it sounded like venting, but then it sounded like griping over every tiny insignificant inconvenience. Like, I don't know, the line in the cafeteria was too long to get a snack. But you know, the nice part of having a mom like me that has experienced so much and I have a very strong desire to to break the cycle and do better and to help my kids do better than me, be better than me. You know, that's my goal. If they're just a little bit better than me, I'll feel like I've done my part. And so as he would share these things with me, I would hear the positive, right? Like, I couldn't find the bus after school. I'm like, but I picked you up. I told him, find where the bus stop is so that you can figure it out and then you can take the bus home. I picked him up the first week, right? And so he was like, well, I couldn't find it, so pick me up. And I'm like, okay. And so when he was telling me about his day, he was like, well, I couldn't find the bus. And I'm like, okay, but you have a mom that can pick you up. Yeah, the cafeteria line was too long, and so I couldn't get a snack. And I said, but I packed your lunch. You had food to eat. So you wanted like an extra junk food thing, and the line was too long. You had lunch, you weren't hungry. And I'm not saying these things to him, I'm thinking them. And, you chose not to wait. The line was long. Okay, well, what's your priority? If you wanted your snack, you would have prioritized waiting, right? And that wouldn't have been inconvenient because you want the snack more than you feeling that you have to wait. Anyway, he went on and on and on about like one of his teachers didn't show up, so now he has a long-term sub. And I'm like, well, doesn't that mean you have like an easier class? Like, it's kind of like a shortcut. So we're working on that. And I think for me, it's actually a very good reminder of being gracious and being present in that moment. Because while I can say, oh my God, like I'm so sore, I can also say, wow, I'm so cool. It's like, it's so exciting that I can go to the gym. It's so exciting that I can take these classes. It's so cool that I get to leave my house and be social while I work out and do something good for my body. That, my husband works so hard that he can get us a cool YMCA membership because of his awesome job that keeps us safe, and he puts himself at risk. Or, wow, I'm so fortunate that I'm in my midlife and my body still allows me to work out and reminds me of, parts of my body that work and I forget about. And so it's a very good reminder. And I think that happens to me a lot with my kids is they help me notice things that I could be doing better when I notice something that they could be doing better, and so it's really awesome. It's a very awesome teaching moment, but also a very awesome learning moment if you look for it. And that's probably my soapbox for today. This was just supposed to be a little blurb in the blog, and it's been 40 minutes. So I should probably get on with my day in Marcella's awesome order. And if I have filmed that faith video that I was telling you about, I will also link that below. I'll put it somewhere. You'll find it. I know you will, because you can. Because you can do hard things, okay? Saying that to myself later. You guys, I have been sitting, not here, but I've been sitting for about 6 hours. First, I did these cuties. So this is like the part that goes inside the resin for a keychain, a pop socket, or whatever. And I always do a variety of sizes because once I cut it, sometimes I don't like how it fits. And so I have options this way. And then whatever is extra, I put it in the shipping stuff, like a sticker, so that you can have a sticker of your pet or gift it or whatever. And it's vinyl, so I wouldn't wash it. It says it's washable vinyl, but it's not paper, it's a vinyl sticker. Anyway, so I've been sitting here. I did that first, and then I went through and I kind of did the hardware part of the orders for Marcella. And so that takes a minute because, you got to do the hardware color that they want, and then appropriate or fitting charms that are like related to the keychain or whatever has the charm, like a lanyard. And then, so for the badges, appropriate charms for the badges. So there's a lot like pre-steps before you get into the fun. Here's the tag. Like, this is the clip part for the dog tag. And so it's so multi-part. Like, I have a little pile over there of like shipping supplies, like every item and the packaging that fits each item, the tissue paper, the sticker, the whatever. And then the hardware part or the badge reel part. The computer part, that's what I did first. After I hung up with you guys, I did the computer part. And you gotta like move the picture around a little bit. Sometimes I have to add a little bit to the sides, or I don't know, shift it so that it fits the shape. Sometimes it won't fit the shape that people ask, so I have to ask, do you have another photo, or do you want to change the shape, or do you care if the ear is cropped? And then right now, I completed all the resin part. That's not true. The first part of the resin part. So with resin, you kind of have to do, like here's an example of a mold. The molds look like this. I was sizing out a name on this one. So with the resin part, it's probably like maybe 12 different steps. What I do first is I make sure the letters fit. Then with the tape that I use to clean out the mold, I stick the letter beads that are going to be used for whatever thing is ordered. And then I put a thin layer of resin over the letters so that the colors don't bleed. Then I put a thin layer of resin in the actual mold and then lay the beads in and then cure that resin. Then I do like a little smear of just more UV resin and then the clay slices, like the little chunky glitter parts, cure that. And then I go in with the actual color or glitter part, cure that, and that has to cure several times because it's thicker. And then once you demold them, you have to create a smooth surface. So I have to put resin on both sides so that it's nice and smooth. And then I can put the sticker or the 3D shape or whatever that goes on top. So I'll give you an example. I'm not done. I'm not even close to done with these, but so this is gonna be a heart keychain. And you could see the gold letter beads are there, and then the little charms or the little clay slices are in there, the flowers and the paws, and then the colored glitter is the last step. But if you can tell, I'm not sure if you can, but the back is pretty rough, so that needs to be smoothed out before I can stick the heart picture that I still have to cut out and put on that side. And then once you do that, then you have to do like the base layer, the top layer. If it needs another layer, then another layer. Then you have to drill the hole, smooth it out, add all the hardware. So it's a pretty lengthy process. You know, I would say it takes me a little bit over an hour per item. So I'm probably not gonna be able to finish these before Daniel comes home. Luckily today we don't have any extracurriculars, so if it's kind of a slow afternoon, which I'm not sure it will be, they'll probably want to go to the gym, then I can sit here and kind of finish stuff up. But that's one example. And you know, we have like the little heart, and that's gonna have the little kitty on there, and then this is another one. And like I said, these are half done, so you can tell there's some imperfections that need to be fixed because it's not a finished product. But that's gonna be another keychain, and that's the window shape. This is one of my favorites. This is my least requested shape for a keychain, and it's my favorite. And I was like, do I not have an example on the listing? Because maybe I don't. This is another one. This is gonna be a gift. It says Oliver on it, and I've used different color letter beads. And then this is gonna be the holiday dog tag. Her puppy is so beautiful. She looks like cotton candy. She looks like a cloud. And then I'm gonna do the silver hardware so it kind of goes with the snowy vibe, and then I'm gonna put this little snowman. But I still have to do the back and put the phone number and then do the top, kind of like the domed part of the resin on top of this one. And then this little guy here is gonna be a badge reel. And at the bottom, you see there's like a little gap. Where is my, here it is. So there's like a little gap right there at the bottom, and that's where this guy is gonna go, right there. So this is like a holiday badge reel, and she works nights with children in a hospital. So she always wants them to be, well, her personal, she's kind of like me. She's healing her inner child one keychain at a time, one stuffy at a time, one cute, chubby, colorful, cute, pretty thing at a time. And so she's like, you know, make them cute. I love cute, but I also work with kids. So this is kind of cool because this concept is really neat. And she's the one that brought it up. Marcella said, she was like, you know, actually, let's go away from the red and green Christmas Santa and let's just focus on winter. That way I can use it before Christmas and all through January. And I was like, that's actually really, I'm going to use that as a PR pitch. So that will go there. And then that's going to go on this badge part with this chubby little snowman. Like they're all gonna go connected. What else haven't I showed you? This one is going to be her Halloween badge. And this is pretty, but it's actually going to be mostly covered up. So you can see it has like an odd shape for Halloween. It has little ghosts, purple and orange glitter, little pumpkins. But on top, I'm going to put one of these. That says Boo Boo Crew with little band-aids. So they're like, it's like a nurse ghost, and it has like a little black band-aid. So it's still Halloween-y, but it's soft, gentle, it's cute. And it'll go on with this one on top of a plastic. Well, yeah, it's obviously plastic. Orange. Did I show you guys everything? Oh, here's one. I just finished this one and it hasn't, I think it just finished setting. It's a little wet, but that's okay. This is gonna be a badge reel, but this one doesn't have a name or anything. It's just gonna have the color. I don't know if you guys can tell the imperfections. Because I think it's like, it's neat to order, and I think that the finished product is so freaking cute. And as I'm making them, I don't really notice how many steps go into it. But then I was like, man, if I was gonna teach someone how to do this, I mean, it's like a 40-step process. Easy steps, but a lot of steps. And so this guy is gonna have the Mern, Mr. George. And so I'll put that on here, and that will go with this badge reel here that says, love my dog. So cute. So that's kind of what we've been doing for 6 hours. You know, like my lower back is on fire, but like in a good way. You know, I'm like, oh my God, everything's turning out so cute. I need to finish. And I think once I hit that, what's the word? You know, like when you're in motion, like once you hit that and you keep going and you want to keep going, you know what I'm trying to say. I didn't think I was going to get to my 41 years of age and then would start to forget English words, because I can tell you in Spanish, but I don't really practice Spanish with anybody. Like I have nobody to speak Spanish with. It's very rare that I have anybody to speak Spanish with. And so like I forget a lot of Spanish words, but when I forget my English words, oh, I know them in Spanish. So I don't know if it's a ESL thing, an age thing, a millennial thing, a perimenopause thing, but it's nice. It's really not. So anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and keep grinding until my back says, remember your age. And then I'll try and show you guys the finished product in this vlog if I can. I think I will. I think it just makes sense to do that, you know? I have another dog tag to do for a little baby puppy. Her name is Birdie May. Birdie after golf. And so that's what I was measuring letters for. But I'm like, oh, she's gonna be about 20 pounds. Do we size her tag for now, or do we size it for later? I don't know. I think it's always better to go with a smaller tag, because then it weighs less, it's less noisy. If you change your mind, you can just put it on a harness or something. But sometimes with names, it won't fit. Her name luckily fits, but there's not a lot of room to play with. So Mom and I were talking, I was like, you know what? Actually, Grandma. She's a fur baby grandma. And she's like, you know, you can go a size up if you want. I'm like, I don't know, let me tinker with it. But first let me knock out this one. Fru's just looking at me like, who are you talking to, Mom? Hi, honey. So anyway, I'm gonna sit here and try and finish some of this up before I have to get up and start dinner, and then be ready to be mom for the kiddos, you know? It's kind of nice. It has been so hot here, and then my office hits the exact corner where the sun sets and has like direct sun for like 12 hours, which I love. I love bright sun. However, I'm working with UV resin, and it's been about 105. We're like on air quality and heat advisory. So my room is probably like 85 degrees, and the rest of the house is like 75. So it's nice, but it gets a little hot sometimes, especially because I can't have the blinds open and, you know, messing up the resin. I'm going to get started. Finished. I'm going to get finished. I'm going to keep working on. You understand. Bye. a few days later and we are finally done with Marcella's order. I'm so excited. Look at this cutie. This is a winter dog tag. So not so much Christmas. We're thinking more like winter vibes. Oh my goodness. Marcella sent me a picture of, can you guys see all the sparkles in there? She sent me a picture of Azúcar. Her name means sugar, wearing shoes. She wears shoes to go on walks and they're so cute. I'll see if I can show you guys, but here's the badge I was telling you guys about, her Halloween badge. So when you work with kiddos and babies, like you want to celebrate Halloween, but you don't want it to be like, you know, Michael Myers. So we have a little, these are the 3D elements I was mentioning earlier. Do you see how they kind of pop up? So we got like a little bat, a little pumpkin, a ghost. Boo Boo Crew, how cute is that? And it's kind of like a jagged edge, so it's not like a perfectly round badge. And then this is her winter badge. I wanted to kind of match a little bit with Azúcar's tag, but still be a little different. So we got the bow, bears and penguins for the babies, snowflakes, so many sparkles, and then obviously a handsome little penguin down there. Then we have this one. Oh my goodness. Look at that cutie. So I put his name on the side with like little metallic, silver metallic letters. It's hard to put a lot of stuff on a badge reel because you want it to be as lightweight as possible without like overcrowding and making it kind of flip over. And that's kind of like, Hank is snoring. It's like a trial and error thing. Now, it really depends too on where do you put your badge reel. Is it on your pants? Is it on your collar? Do you put it on a lanyard? Then it doesn't matter. It's just all, you know, sparkly and beautiful and swinging around everywhere. This is a keychain. And this is what I was talking about with Marcella. I'm like, I'm totally biased. I prefer the short keychains. I think they look better and they look cute. So the difference between a short and a long is where the placement, I'm going to take off the wristlet for now just to give you a visual, but it really depends on the, like, where do you want the charms? So this is the short version, which tells me I'm going to put the resin part, the acrylic, the resin, the cute part goes directly on the clip like this. So it's one piece. That's the keychain right there. Separately hanging off of a strand, like the typical keychain strand, are all the charms. So it gives sort of a more cohesive, blended look as opposed to just a very long, spread out look. I like it more. It's a little more charmy looking, you know, like a charm bracelet vibe, but it is also a little noisier. The benefit of this is if you just take off the charm part, you still have the keychain fully functional with the little resin part, or vice versa. You can take off this part because it has a jump, like a key ring, and you can put this on something else and then just keep this like a little charm dangly thing on, I don't know, your cell phone case or your backpack, your purse. We have like charms related to whatever the theme of the keychain is. So this is for Mr. Oliver. Oh, and I showed you guys the back, right? So do you see how it's smooth now? Before it was like ridgy, it had bumps, it wasn't shiny. And then once you finish it up, it looks really pretty. And then I'll ask, like, do you want a wristlet or not? People usually will say no. I'll include it. You can just toss it, get rid of it, use it as a hair tie because a lot of brands overprice these and say they're hair tags. It's, you know, it's all the same thing. This is in memory of Miss Stella. This is also the short version, and that's the heart-shaped keychain with gold letter beads that say Stella. It has flowers and paws, and then the beautiful kitty on the back, and then the separate little piece with a star and a butterfly and little angel wings. It's themed. She wanted them all to be just like soft, happy colors, but like soft colors leaning towards pastels, so we kind of just went with that energy. And this is another one. This is the window shape. So it's rounded at the top, square at the bottom. And this is for this beautiful little kitty. Oh my goodness. It was so hard to pick pictures. She sent me a variety and she was like, pick whichever one will look best. And it's like, it's not so much what'll look best, it's what will fit. And oftentimes it's really hard not to crop into a photo. So if you ever send me a photo, make sure it's unedited, uncropped. I know what you want me to focus on, but let me do the cropping because otherwise I don't have room to play with. And sometimes, like this one looks cute because he's like cuddled up in a little ball. And it's just adorable. And you see how this one has like the little white border? I just do whatever will look better. And that's why I print so many versions. And then the extras, I'll throw them in the packaging and you guys can put those stickers wherever you want. And then this one has a little blue glitter paw. And they all kind of shift in every direction. So because your keychain is constantly moving, they're all placed, all the charms are placed on different areas of every loop. So that no matter how the keychain is hanging, you'll see 1, 2, 3, some of the charms. You see that? How cute is that? So now what I have to do is take pictures, package them, put them in the shipping, put the shipping label, then take them to the post office. But that's a massive order. And these are the types of orders I usually get starting in like October, where it's like, oh, I need gifts for my family and friends. And I love it, but I want to do a good job. And in order for me to do a good job with anything, I know myself so well, like I can't rush and I can't rush. And so I did as much as I could. And then yesterday was too busy. And I got up early yesterday. I had therapy and it was my first appointment where I go back to her office. I got up early. I dropped off Mateo and I was like, oh, you know what? I have about an hour. So I'm going to come home, see if I can get any work done on this, and then head out the door for therapy. It takes me about 40 minutes to get there. And I can take these off now. And so I got a very important phone call that I had to head out the door. And I was like, okay, well, I could just do resin like on the back of one of these. And I was about to do it. And then I looked at the time and I was like, no, because that's when I'm gonna mess up, when I'm gonna have a leak or overflow, or I'm gonna have a lot of bubbling. I'm gonna get really, really frustrated. And I'm either gonna mess this up or I'm gonna be late. So I just had to back away. And that was it. My day was whirlwind. And I thought, no, today, you know what? Friday, I have nothing to do except home stuff that where I don't have to leave. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to brush my hair. So that was really exciting. And I don't know what's going on with either my YouTube or my Instagram because I have gotten 7 orders in the last 2 days. So whatever's happening, I hope it continues. I love to do this part. Like this part is so relaxing for me. Really enjoy it. All right, you guys, well, that wraps up this super messy, sloppy, all over the place vlog. And you know what? I sat down the other day and I was like, gosh, I don't even know. I didn't finish the vlog from yesterday. There's no closure to that one. That one bleeds into this one. This one has a sloppy beginning. It's kind of boring. It's just about it. And so I was pointing out all of the bad things about how this is just not cohesive and there's not an intro and an outro and it's informal. And I was like, that's what I can deliver right now. You know, like that is literally what I can do right now. And I think that those of you that ask for the vlogs aren't really looking for that. Like they're not like, well, Dani didn't do a official intro on this vlog, so unsubscribe. I think our relationship is deeper than that. And if it's not, lie to me. So like I promised, this vlog is dedicated to 2 of my favorite pandas. Sorry, there's gonna be 3 more in that sentence, 4 more in that sentence, but these two specifically, die-hard, tried and true pandas, like constant interactions with each other. Interactions? That sounds so, anyway, I know who you are. First is Miss Joanne. Y'all know Miss Joanne. She got me that beautiful rainbow print drawing from Paris of my dogs that I have in my office now. Why don't I just show you? This one. Yep. I get to look at it every day. It was upstairs and I was like, I don't want to live that life. I want to be able to see these babies every day. Just like I see these babies every day, I want to see those babies every day. So Miss Joanne, she's like my tooth fairy because she sent me the toothbrushes and the floss. I request you do you. Miss seeing you. Miss you too. I love that she's still here. I love that because I'm like, man, I'm like the black sheep of the family and I disappear and I submarine back and they're like, you're back. That's real. That's real connection. More real connection here is Zenaida Torres. My friend Zenaida, man, we go way back. We have been through happy times together and we have also been through really tragic times. She was so sweet to let us keep her company when her mom got really sick and passed away. And I don't know how to express that. I think for me, that's the ultimate compliment. If you turn to me as your respite, and maybe it's because I'm silly and I don't take things seriously or I'm scatterbrained, you know, I don't have my ducks in a row. Maybe it's that and it's a great distraction, or maybe it's because you find comfort in anything or random stuff or my dogs or whatever we talk about. And that's a wonderful thing to trust somebody with, and I don't take it lightly. So Sinaida, big hugs to you. We also have Vivi from Chicago who says, I love your vlogs. I'm trying to look at the pictures, but this elder millennial ass printed it so small that I'm like, if I saw that picture in color, I could recognize you. Then we have Jackie Marshall. She says, vlogs, Amazon favorites, empty skincare, but really the vlogs. Vlogs, blah, 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 the vlogs. Delivering. We have Elizabeth with an S from Central Florida, all of the above. I love those. And Yasmin. How are you, Yasmin, in the UK? I need to know the story. Maybe it's not Yasmin, maybe it's Yasmin. Maybe it's me, maybe it's like my Mexican is showing, you know? So Yasmin from the UK, day in the life, weekly vlogs, anything really, miss you. So this vlog is dedicated to you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys can follow along with the scatteredness, but I think I'm just fully leaning into it, fully embracing it, and this is how the vlogs are gonna be. So let me know if it'll help if I put the date, if it'll help if I do times. Does it matter? Is it even relevant? Is it something that doesn't matter? I think you guys can connect the dots. It's just, I'm just sharing something in the moment. But if the timeline part is really important, I know like for me it would be, then happy to put that on the bottom. But you'll have to let me know. If nobody says anything, I'm not gonna do anything, you know, because I volunteered to do more work. But it's work that I wouldn't mind doing if it's important to you. Anyway, that's it. I love you. Bye.
Sleeping? Say goodbye. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, a big stretch. I love you, Hank.